Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for tuning into my channel. Now, I'm going live today, offering some free clairvoyant readings, give you a little bit of insights into what I see for you coming in for 2026. So, whenever you join in, make sure you give me your first name, what zodiac sign you are, and ask me a specific question because there's a lot happening this week and also 2026. So make sure you watch my predictions video. That was put out, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I always put it up early so you guys can prepare for the new year. Now, today is the solstice. Like, oh my gosh. Some of you very well could have woken up a lot earlier this morning. How many of you did that? I woke up at 4 and I couldn't get back to sleep. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh, yes, it's the solstice. So some of you could be having a lot of energy. However, if some of you are feeling, you know what, I need rest, really pay attention because some of you have been like going to Christmas parties. You could be a little tired this morning if you were at a Christmas party last night, last minute shopping. We have Hanukkah. We have Venus energy this week. So today being the solstice, some of you will be, you know what do I need today to do? Really take advantage of this energy today because it can be very, very magical. Really tune into your intuition. Like even this morning, I'm like, okay, just suddenly I felt and heard an idea come in, and I'm like, I'm going to do that. So I set something up, did my thing, and I'm like, oh wow, thank God I did that. So this is a time to also forgive. Is there someone you want to forgive? Maybe you want to forgive yourself for things. This is a day to really set even more boundaries with certain situations, because people, whenever they want to take advantage of you, they will. So this is a time when, you know what, I got like goals to work on. I have such a busy week coming up. So just set certain boundaries. You know what I mean? Like we can get back to people at the right time. So you might even find today you're going to want to slow down a little bit. Maybe you're just going to be last minute shopping, or you know what, I'm just going to take it easy today. Really start working on these long-term goals today. This week, if you guys watch my Cosmic Live series, I will give you insights into every single day, what to do during the day, what not to do. Because when you work with these energies, it works with you. So you're going to be seeing a lot more clarity during this time. Really pay attention to certain insights. Like there's certain things that I used to do, let's say, and I'm like, or just certain videos I used to watch, and I'm like, wow, that's making me more confused than anything. So I'm not going to watch that, or I'm not going to do that. Like what's not working, just pay attention. We can just revamp things up. We can make some changes right now. So pay attention to what's really draining your energy. What's really just exhausting you. Just write it down. You might be like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to say this? All of that. Don't worry about that right now. Just start writing it down. Because with this solstice energy, I go like December for me, I channel and connect with the Christ consciousness. I always have. December, I go into a lot of deep trances, and I'm like, okay, Spirit, please show me what I need to change. Show me what's not working. Show me the direction I need to work towards, all of that. So you very well could be like, you know what, I just need some space today. And space, especially when you're like, you know what, I have so much to do this week, a lot of running around. I have to visit family or friends. You know, I might buy myself a Christmas present. Even I always buy myself a Christmas present every year. I always do, you know? So some of you can be really feeling a little bit lost right now, a little bit lonely. You know, I understand that. Just Start doing things that you guys feel really happy about. So as we walk into the 22nd and the 23rd this week, you're going to find that you're going to start really breaking away from the old. How many of you been like, you know what, I got to stop doing that, right? Write it down. Really pay attention to that. So this is the days, the 22nd and the 23rd, where you're going to want to work on these short-term goals, not so much the long-term goals. The solstice, yes, but the short-term goals, last-minute things you need to do. Oh, yes, I got to book that appointment. Oh, you know what? We got to do this. Or, oh my gosh, all of those things. So you might find that it very well, the 22nd and the 23rd could be a little bit busier. So just really slow down this week, especially when you're traveling. People travel during the holidays. Just be really careful, especially where you are when it's winter or where I am in Alberta. Oh my God. I've been putting up videos of how crazy the weather is here. Oh my God, don't even get me going. But it's a time to really slow down anyways, and just be really, really careful. You're going to start to see more relationships from your soul tribe, more relationships that are more authentic to you. We always let certain things go, or people go we just don't no longer connect with. So you might even see that even more this week. I'm just not really into that course anymore, or my career, or my relationship, anything like that. So you're going to see a lot more truth coming to the surface. Really pay attention, because your intuition is going to be more spot on. If you're lingering in the illusions, in the land of the fantasies, you very well could stay there. There's nothing wrong with having a fantasy. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. Follow your goals, go after it, doesn't matter what. However, let's look at the reality. So you very well could be seeing more of the reality this week of, oh my gosh, that's not my person, or oh my gosh, I got to change this, or whatever it is. We all have our own personal situations that we need to work on, like I have 101 things that I have to change. We all do. This has been a really hard year, because we are ending a 9-year karmic cycle. So this universal 9 year has brought endings, death, completion. So whenever there's endings, it can be really hard, like it can be really painful as we let people go, or, we've lost our jobs. However, if you lose a job, let's say, if you get let go, if you just quit, or if the location you're working at just closes or whatever, that's the universe saying, you know what? We want to redirect you. You had your time there. I always take a look at, what did I learn from that experience? It doesn't matter what it is, especially if it's like, that didn't work out at all. That experience wasn't good. Always look at the positives of, what did I learn from that? What did I gain from that? Don't look at the negative so much, because there's so much negativity in the world. Even I talk about that in my predictions videos. A lot of information is in that video. So we're already seeing this now. Even my 2025 predictions video, we've seen a lot of that happen. So we're getting a sneak peek of, oh my God, look what's going on in the world right now, with a lot of exposures. That's going to continue. I've talked about that for quite some time. It's going to get really ugly. It's going to cause a lot of riots and such. However, just back away, really back away. So how many of you guys are celebrating Christmas? We all have different faiths and cultures and religions and beliefs, or Hanukkah or whatever. You know, like me, my favorite time is Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'll be working, and I do readings every single day. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas Day or not. So if somebody is looking for a reading, by all means, reach out. I'm not doing anything. So, feel free to do that. Jenny, no, feel free to reach out if you're looking to book a reading. I just want to let you guys know that. So we do have Venus energy coming in on Christmas time, which brings love in the air. We're with family or friends, or, we're like reflecting back, but it can also be emotional because as we reflect back on certain memories of our loved ones, or if it's friends or our animals that are no longer with us, just to let you guys know, you know, they are with you. They are very much with you, but I don't see them. Ask for signs, really ask for signs. Like I will do that myself. I mean, I'm a medium, so I can connect with the spirit world, people who have passed, your loved ones, animals, and so on. But there are times I do look for signs quite often as well. Like I all of a sudden I was like, I just went outside and I was thinking of my mom. My mom just passed in October, and this really big feather, white feather, was just on my patio. And I'm like, what? Like, I took a photo of that and I sent it to a friend of mine just recently. But there are signs. There are signs. They are very much with you. Actually, I can feel people with me right now as I'm doing this, as I'm talking to you guys. I don't want to get emotional here, but I can definitely feel them. Even my friends, especially Shruti Ram. I lost my two best friends December 16th and 17th, and Shruti Ram was one of them. So you will feel something. So whenever you're feeling something, just kind of like, okay, are you feeling a male energy or a female presence? You can ask, please give me a sign. I'm here. I just heard I'm here. I know you're here. So So they all have a tendency to come with me whenever I'm doing videos, you know? So this will be a very interesting video and reading for those of you who are going to be tuning in and joining in. So let's make some long-term visions as well. 24th and 25th for Christmas. You might find that because we have that Venus in Capricorn, don't forget. So Venus energy, love, compassion, kindness. You very well could find that some of you are getting proposed to. Maybe you're the one that wants to propose to your person. I'm always so grateful for different people in my life, and many different things, in my team here who puts my videos up for me. So grateful for them. And actually I just want to mention this again, like this beautiful crystal. One of my clients, who I also consider a dear friend, soul tribe, they sent me this beautiful crystal necklace and a couple other things, like, oh my gosh, I was so surprised and so grateful. I wear it every day. I just wear it every day. I just absolutely love it. It's not so much about the gifts and such like that. Like, it comes down to sharing time with people, really looking over and be grateful for certain people in your life. Like, I'm grateful for the smallest little things. Like, you have no idea the simplicity, the smallest little things. Even though I spend Christmas by myself, I still have Christmas decorations up. I have my little trees and stuff. Yes, it's how we go about it. So you might find that you're going to want to spend more self-love, certain time, rather than rushing over to the relative's house or the in-laws or friends. Oh, I don't want to go there too early. We'll be there for the whole day. It can bring some chaos. When we get together with family or friends, it can bring chaos. I don't recommend talking about politics or religion. Oh my God, no. Look at how even the vaccines separated people, right? Like, oh my God. So you don't really want to be talking about politics during certain time. What's that going to do? It can cause a war. It can cause a lot of problems. However, it might be kind of fun to sit there at the dinner table and start a food fight. Not for everybody, but you don't know what to expect, really. Just be grateful, because time goes fast. Like 2026 with the year of the fire horse, universal 1 year, you are going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe how fast this year is going. If you thought this year kind of dragged on or went really quick, just you wait till 2026 comes in, because things are going to really happen so quickly, so fast, that you're going to be like, oh my gosh. So this is also the time January, February, and even right now to resolve things that you still need to get done, whatever it is, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I should have booked that appointment, but I just so tired. All I was doing was this, and that. You can still book it and get it dealt with and resolved in January and February before the official years kicks in on the 17th of February as we move into the year of the fire horse. So I'm a fire horse myself too. So, you know, it can really change everything, transform you. Those dreams and goals that you had that you're like, I gave up on that. You very well could see that starting to happen in 2026 for you. Yeah, but don't do the yeah buts. I do the oh my God. We all get that, like we all have our good days and our bad days. We all go through that. I swear and cuss to the universe every day. I really do. And then I'm like, you guys, but then it's all about, you know what? Thank you. I'm so grateful. It's when we have those hard times, we really appreciate the good times. We really do. So you got to really look back on, what does this holiday season mean to you? What does it truly mean to you? I mean, there's been a lot of horrific things happening this year that we've all seen, but what happens? What can happen whenever there's a lot of horrific things, let's say, it can actually bring people together. It really can. Open your heart. Really do that. Like I will, whenever I go, let's say get groceries and stuff, like, can you donate to the food bank? Can you donate here and there? Like, if I make up like a big soup, let's say, or something, I make some really good Indian stew. Oh my God, it's so good. But I will share that with a couple of my neighbors actually. I'll make up a really big batch. Depends who it is. Depends if they're on my naughty list or my good list, right? But I'm just saying, I'm like, no, actually, if I make like a large batch of something, I freeze it myself, but I might give a little bit away as well because it's like, you know what? Merry Christmas, or there you go. What can I get? Don't worry about giving. It's not about what are we, I'm going to give you this and I'm going to give you that. So what do I get back? No, it's not about that. It's giving from your heart with passion, with compassion and kindness. You know, we are all going through a lot. And I don't care if it's somebody that says, oh, everything's been perfect for me. And I really, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's say how much money someone has. There can be people that I have a client that owns 22 businesses, 22 different companies. He's not happy. As his marriage fell apart. I'm not going to say who it is, of course, because all he is working. All he is doing this, and that. So, yeah, he has all the money in the world to do what he wants, but it's like, but what would you truly like to do? So he started saying all of these things. And I'm like, okay, well, we have to have that balance of time for ourselves, balance of giving and receiving. Because if we're the ones who are always giving, we close the doors to receive. When I give something, I don't expect anything back, as I mentioned, you know what I mean? But it's like, you have to have that balance, because if you're not having that balance, the universe is like, I don't see that person as open to receive because they're too busy giving this, and that. So really balance this out and really take a look at, what does this time mean to you? Look back on this entire year. What have you guys truly learned? I always reflect back and I'm like, you know what? Oh my God, that was just, so painful or difficult or challenging. Like, oh my God, we all have that. We all go through those times. However, look back last year at this time, look at where you are now. What has happened? Oh, that was so hard. But it's like, yeah, you went through that to get it done and over with, because what is not working for you in this year, it doesn't want to move into 2026 with you. It doesn't. The energy and the vibrational frequency of 2026 will not bring over what is not meant to you and for you in 2026. So it's really important to pay attention to these red flags. What's not working? Is it a relationship? Is it a job? Like, no matter what it is. So look at the growth. I always take a look at, okay, what did I grow from there? What truly was my wisdom? What was the universe showing me? And there might be things that are being shown to you that you're like, well, I'm not happy with that. But are you not wanting to see clarity? Are you not wanting to see the truth? And when we start to see the truth, it can kind of give us, oh my God, I don't feel grounded anymore. Oh my God, we can easily go into fear because we don't want to see the truth. So this is why it's really important to let go of illusions, look at reality, focus on yourself and what you truly want to do, because what cycles that were very toxic, patterns, toxic relationships and that, you're going to find that if you don't let go of that, 2026 will knock you down. So, oh my God, don't go into fear, because there's going to be so many career shifts for you coming in 2026. There's going to be a lot of even like certain connections that aren't going with you. That's why I keep stressing that out. Really pay attention, because as we move even into the 26th and 27th, for some of it's like Boxing Day. Some people will be like, they take their tree down or they bring back gifts, let's say, to the store and exchange them. Or there's this mad Boxing Day. The last place I ever go on the 26th is shopping. No, unless I really need something like, oh my gosh, I need to grab some milk or something like, but the malls, oh my God, you don't want to be there. And just be really careful right now. So listen and pay attention to what your really creativity is pulling you. Listen to that. Just like this morning, I woke up at 4, right? Just okay. And then I'm like, oh, an idea popped in, and I'm like, oh my God, I just want to do this. I got to get this done and over with. And I'm like, thank gosh I did that. But it opens up more creativity. So really pay attention to what really inspires you on the 26th and the 27th, because you might be like, I'm feeling a little emotional. We have Chiron energy, which is the old wounded healer that's going to be surfacing and bringing up more and more painful situations. It could be memories, past traumatic situations where you could get a little bit more emotional. Don't run from that. Really face what's uncomfortable. This is a month where people, as I mentioned, it can be really hard whenever we reflect back on our loved ones and our pets and so on that have passed away and such like that. So it's really important to speak your truth from your heart always, because you're going to see more clarity. Don't ignore that. You're going to see more truth in relationships, your personal relationships. I mean, we see that worldwide, even now. My God, the Epstein files, I talked about that. Certain celebrities being exposed, I actually talked about that, in my other videos and such like that. Celebrities, P. Diddy, more is coming out, like shocking truths. I don't think it's shocking anymore, is it? It's disturbing. So this is why it's like, look at what's going around you personally. There's not much you can do about the world. I send out prayers every night with my angelic team for, people that I know are struggling or going through things, always. And I always, always, always ask the angels to show darkness, the dark forces, unconditional love. Because if those dark forces actually saw and felt unconditional love, would they be destroying our earth, these so-called leaders and so on, as they are doing? No, they wouldn't. So I always, always do that every single day. I talk to a lot of people every day, and I'm like, Oh my gosh, you'd be like all walks of life all over the world, knowing people to the guy next door to it doesn't matter who it is. We're all one collective. We just have different jobs, different careers, different journeys, reasons why we're born here. What is our journey here on earth and our destiny? All of that is it combines so many different things. You'd be really surprised who I talk with. So, we're the same person, just different careers. Energy is energy, it never lies. So many things are happening. So as we end the week on the 28th, this is the time when you really need to have a little bit more patience, like a little bit more patience. You're going to be facing more responsibilities because now we're in Capricorn season. Happy birthday, my Capricorns, my fellow Capricorns, wherever you are. So Capricorn wants to be grounded. They're going to be focused on responsibilities and work. So it's also very crucial before making a really big decision on the 28th to sit back and really review it. What did I learn from that? Like, you know, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Write down the pros and the cons about that. So really express yourself, your concerns about certain things, you know? So on the 20th, the 27th, I think I have an appointment with something. So I'm getting a little creative on that day, unless I chicken out. Which I don't know. It was kind of a 50-50. But you'll see it if I make that decision in my next Cosmic Vibes video. If you guys stay tuned. So, really pay attention, like I'm saying. Universal 1 year is all about new beginnings. It's all about letting fears go. You're not going to be just settling in 2026 either. You're really going to be going after what you truly, truly want. You're going to be speaking your truth. You're going to be standing your ground more. So you're going to want to also balance your resting. You could get burnt out, like a horse can go and go and go, fire. We can get burnt out when we're overdoing it. So we all need to take that step back at time and really pay attention to, what, I just need to turn my phone off. I just need to turn it on mute. Maybe I need a day for myself for an hour or whatever time. So it's a really past year. So make sure you guys watch the Cosmic Vibes videos and watch my predictions video because I give a lot of information in that. I'm just kind of giving you guys a little bit of insights right now, really. You know what I mean? And what's coming because there's so much happening in 2026. Things are really going to change. Like you're going to really see like the new planet, new Earth, like the huge big changes halfway through the year. So it can really make a lot of people uncomfortable. This is why it's kind of really important to start making changes now. Learning new things, let's say. I mean, I even took a workshop for 3 days on learning, like AI a little bit more and understanding and all of those things, right? Doesn't mean I'm going to use it because I'm not going to use AI to give somebody a reading. Like that's not going to work at all, right? So as I'm going to be starting doing some readings here, just know that I'm not going to embarrass anybody, let's say. So there are certain things, of course, that if I feel that might not be appropriate to say, because I really don't know who's watching. I don't want to embarrass you or make you feel uncomfortable at all. So just kind of know that, you guys, just really do that and make sure that, you give me like your first name with a specific question, like a specific question. What zodiac sign you are. I'm always curious to see who's in the room. You know what I mean? Is it a Leo? Is it a Virgo? Is it a Libra? Is it an Aries? You know what I mean, right? Just more curious because sometimes I notice when I do this, it's like 80%, let's say, are Aquarius, right? And I'm like, oh my God, it's another Aquarius, right? Like it really says a lot. And I actually even brought cards with me today too. I don't use cards when I do readings because I'm a clairvoyant psychic medium. Do past life Akashic records. I'm an animal communicator, all of those things. But I just really felt, you know what, I go by what spirit tells me. So I also heard grab a couple of decks because I might also pull a couple of cards for you guys too. Give you some insights what I'm seeing, and I just kind of like, okay, spirit, what deck should I grab? So I brought a couple of decks here with me, and I very well could pull a card for you as well. So now let's start it off here. I'm also on Instagram, you guys. Make sure you join me there because my team posts up videos and content there. I also have a group on Facebook, Higher Vibes with Jeni Ji Cousins. Join me in there. I might actually start going live and doing some readings in there too. I put up different content that I have on my other platforms. So let's just kind of start off a question. And by the way, for those of you who do want to book like a private, detailed one-on-one with me, reading, it's best to book through my website, soulworkwithjenny.com. Okay. And then at that point on, I can set up a time with you. I need to know where you're at, what country you're in, time zone, that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, and then I will give you a full blown out reading. But here on live on YouTube, of course, it won't be a really blown out reading. And there will be certain things I hold back on, as I mentioned. So here we have Lizzie, I think, LZZY. She's a Sagittarius. What's coming in for love? Okay, so Sagittarius, I'm just, there is this opportunity right now. I'm just literally hearing like closeness coming in. You're going to see that there could be a little bit of changes for you in your love department, as I call it. So this is why I'm saying, first of all, to really pay attention to what's not working. When you're meeting somebody, let's say, really take your time getting to know that I keep hearing changes. Be prepared for change. Like really, really loudly with your romantic situation. Because I'm literally seeing, like, I'm seeing water, I'm seeing movement. So I very well, yeah, movement. I'm seeing you by the water. So you very well could meet somebody through your traveling or who likes to travel. If you do have a person, let's say, I'm literally seeing like moving travel, but like water. So I'm and also seeing a ring on your finger too. So there very will be a commitment with you, like with what's coming in with someone. But yeah, just change. I'm hearing a big change is coming for you, by the way. So Paula, September 22nd of Virgo, where do you see us living next winter? Winter time. Oh dear Lord, you know how I all feel about the winters here. Oh my God, don't even get me going. Winter brings actually a warmer climate um, for you. I see a change. Yeah, I do see a change where you are, let's say, right now. I do see it being, warmer climate, as I mentioned, but where you are currently now today, and where you are today, I see a change with that, by the way. So this is the time to really take this winter where you are now, really pay attention to where you are getting cold. Um, I do see like, that desert energy, sagebrush energy. I do see that where you are now is beautiful, of course. But you're going to find that, it's nice, it's beautiful and all of those things. We love it. And it's amazing for us and everything. But, you know, you might look at, April for some reason too, I'm hearing being circled for you. So something in April might kind of give you that, like open you guys up more so. but I'm literally seeing you guys online, looking at different places, looking at some research, looking at making some changes. Yes. So, but the good news is you'll be in a warmer climate, you know. Next winter where I'll be, hopefully I won't be where I'm at today, but you know what I mean? You never know. So whenever we're kind of looking at, especially like 2026, pay attention to where your dreams are pulling to you. And I'm going to pull a couple of cards for you guys as well too. So Lizzie, um, what deck am I carrying? So actually, actually, I'm feeling this deck, Lizzie. Lizzie, are you still there? Huh. So if you're still here, Lizzie, I'm going to pull a couple of cards for you too, by the way, with love. And I'm going to do the same thing here for you, Paula, because today's a little bit quiet. I never knew how the day was going to go today, being a solstice and last minute for Christmas. But because we have a little extra time, we're going to pull a couple of cards. That's why I brought my decks as well. So, Lizzie, let's ask a question. What's the message for Lizzie concerning about love? What's the message with Lizzie when it comes down to love? Oh, wow, right away. And I'm going to pull another deck. Stress management. Like, how interesting is that? So, you know how I said, I mentioned that there's change coming in with love. Stress. It's how we handle stressful situations. The worst thing that anybody can do is force something or control anything. Because whenever we're trying to force something to happen, I want it now today. I want this change now today. I'm not happy with this, or I'm not happy with my person. Try not to stress about it. Stress management. Whenever we get stressed out, it throws our cortisones off. We can make the worst decision completely and utterly. So this is a time I would start writing down what you want to change with your person, or what qualities you're looking for to find your person. Like, you have to surrender that. And whenever we're looking for, what kind of person do I want? Write down the qualities you're looking for. Like, really write down what you want. There's also someone I'm hearing that's going to apologize to you too, by the way. And there's a male spirit very much around you that is passed on. So I'm going to pull another card for you. By the way, we're going to talk to a tarot of the heart here, considering it's a love question. So if you're still on here, Lizzie, let me know. What is the message for Lizzie from the universe for love? What's coming up for Lizzie in love? What's coming up for Lizzie in love? What's coming up for Lizzie in love? What's coming up for Lizzie for love? What's the message from the spirit world? And look at that. Look at that. See how this card is like that? So whenever you guys are using any cards, pay attention. Like, is that not a sign? Oh, interesting card, I might say. So how I talked about stress. Release. Look at that. Release. What is not working, pay attention to. Doesn't matter what it is. Like, it could be anything. Pay attention to what is just not working. Yeah, but Jenny, I've talked to my person 100 times. They're not getting. You really got some decisions to make. There's something else too. I'm seeing a couple of other things around you that you do need to let go of and release, because it's almost like there's this blockage here. I'm seeing a couple of blocks around you as well, Lizzie. But I don't want to talk about that here. This is kind of really personal. So as I mentioned, I won't really give out like personal information here, but there are things that you need to release. And it's really interesting because you can see this man here. It's like he has an open shirt, a V shirt, and it's almost like he's kind of exposing his chest and his heart. Look, you see that? It's always important to speak from your heart. It's really important to, but I love my person. they're treating me really, really badly, but I love that person. Love doesn't hold a relationship together. There's so much more involved. So even when somebody meets somebody, let's say, and they're like, oh my God, I just met this person. Oh, I'm so attracted to them. Oh my God, they're my soulmate. You need to pause because when we get to know someone, when you meet somebody, let's say, what's going to happen? I'm going to put my best side forward. Whoever the person you're meeting, they're going to put their best side forward. So it really takes time to get to know somebody. So this is why I'm always saying, whatever you do, don't rush anything. Don't rush the process, right? But changes, like I have some concerns, Lizzie. Like I'm thinking your name is Lizzie. It's LZZY. I don't know, it might not be your name, but I'm just gonna call you that. So let's have a little chat with Paula here. So I'm actually gonna pull from my other deck here, from my animal deck for some reason. I'm hearing an animal deck card for you. So I'm just gonna hold up the deck as well. I have a few different like a few different decks myself. But sometimes I remember to hold the decks up, sometimes I forget. So this deck here, I felt compelled to pull from Spirit, Divine Animals Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. So I kept on hearing that for some reason. So what is the message for Paula? Where do you see us living next winter? Because for an animal deck, maybe maybe it's connected with your animal or something more. What is the message? What is the message for Paula and her, where do you see us living next winter from the spirit world? What's the message from the spirit world? The difference, or what's the message from the spirit world or animal deck for Paula about where they will be living next winter? And I don't know why I'm seeing this for some reason, Paula. Like, I'm not making sense with this, but I'm going to say it. Las Vegas. I don't know why I'm seeing that or hearing that, like, at all. It's crapshoot, basically. It's like any money to gamble. I don't know. There's something more with that, but anyways, Sacred Abyss. Oh my God, what a very cool card. Sacred Abyss. I love this card. I'm going to show it. Look at that. Follow the light. So whenever we see that light, it's like to a very more sacred location where you're going to be at. It's going to be like, you know what? I feel very grounded here. I feel, like more higher energy here. I'm feeling more of like a presence here, an angelic presence, more of like angelic energy here. As the doors open. I mean, I love these doors. I love people's doors, by the way. My door here in my apartment, no. But it's very interesting. And there's two birds. Look at how there's two birds. There's two people, you and your person, walking into the light. Oh my God, I just got shivers from that. Walking into the light. So as we're walking into the light, it's going to be like, oh, it's warmth, the warmth and the energy of the sunshine, of the light, and it has like, even in the background here, like a forest, like trees, very sacred. Forests, by the way, for any of you guys who have forests, or I used to live in Ireland years ago, and I would take my dogs to the forest. There's so many forests out there that are magical. My wolfhound McTavish and my other little rescue Nikita. McTavish would be like circling me, watching everything. But there's magic in a forest if you keep your eyes open to see it. Anytime I go somewhere, especially if I travel somewhere, be like, Spirit, I am open to new experiences that are positive, that are best for my highest self and highest purpose. I am open for new experiences that are positive, very enlightening, very spiritual. And when you do that, when you say that, I can like give you guys so many different insights into what has happened and what happens when I travel. And people are like, "But why does that happen to you, Jenny?" Like I said, because I'm open. I'm open for new opportunities and experiences. So I hope that kind of give you a little bit of insight there, Paula. I'm going to pull a couple of cards as well, even more for you. I'm just kind of what card deck? Um, two more cards, Paula. I'm hearing for you, by the way. Two more cards. So I'm gonna use this deck here. This other one, Ascended Masters, by Doreen Virtue, by the way. Doreen Virtue has some really, really nice angel decks and so on. And I get people saying, what deck should I use, Jenny? And it go by whatever you're drawn towards and whatever you're pulled to. I mean, we can see different decks and be like, I wonder what those cards look like, because if you're buying it from a store, it doesn't always have an open box. Go online and Google the name of the tarot deck or whatever deck you want to use. Because sometimes they'll show the deck and then they'll show just certain cards for you to look at within inside. Go by whatever deck you use. Like I've done like different paintings and drawings, and I got a lot of different decks to do paintings of. I might get back into that. I actually sold my easel and all my painting supplies quite some time ago when I thought I was moving somewhere, but that didn't happen. So I pretty much had given it all away, you know, like to a student that she came to buy the easel, and I gave her all of my paints and supplies. She's like, oh, and I'm like, there you go, my gift to you. So, but I did charge her for the easel, yes. But everything else I gave away. So I basically gave her like almost like $1,000 worth of supplies away. But I don't, it's from my heart. So Paula, okay, so what is the message here? I get carried away at times. What's the message here? Where do you see us living next winter from the um spirit world, from the angels? What's the message for Paula? Too many cards. What's the message for Paula? Where will Paula and her partner be living next winter season? What is the message from the angelic world for Paula and her partner? I don't give out a lot of information here, as I call it, you guys, um, on purpose. Flow of prosperity. Flow is prosperity. Well, isn't this interesting? Like here we have Lakshmi, flow of prosperity. So where you're going to be living, you're going to find, like, whenever there's prosperity can come in many different ways. Abundance, of course. We can win money, we can, be financially secure and all of that. But prosperity can come in, and even abundance can come in many different ways. Like, we go to a location or we move to a location, you're like, oh my God, this place is so beautiful. It's very grounding. We just feel much better here. So you could very well feel, wow, I'm so grateful for being here. And there's beautiful flowers here. There's lotus, there's little ponds and stuff like that. Look at that. It's very beautiful, actually. Very beautiful. So you're going to feel like a connection to the place, like a very kind of a light energy to it. Because if you take a look at this photo, even like she's wearing orange, and different colors have different vibrational frequencies and energies and messages to it, right? Like I wear red a lot. Like red is my favorite color, and that's my root color. Um, anyways, so look at this. This is orange. So orange represents courage, courage, courage. I always remember one of my spiritual teachers. He lived in Arizona, in Cave Creek in Sedona, right in the middle of the desert. Beautiful, huge mansion, beautiful place. And he says, come stay with me, Jenny. I never invite anybody ever, ever to come to my house and stay, but I want to invite you. Come down for a few days. I have a guest room. You can stay. And I'm like, oh my God, I was so grateful. Like, I'm like, wow, really? very honored, very honored. He had passed away, of course, but I always remember he was like, orange represents courage, courage, courage. So for this card to come out here, it's also saying that whenever you're kind of feeling self-doubt or like, let's say self-esteem, or you know what I mean, I got to face my fears and stuff, wear the color orange. So, orange, maybe the place you're going to, maybe like it has that kind of like desert feel to it. You know what I mean? Like terracotta, turquoise, stuff like turquoise. It's because if you look, there's blue and then there's orange here. So turquoise. I'm not wearing any turquoise today, mind you, but so it very well could be more in an environment like that for you both as well. So where you are now, just really make the best of it. Like it's really, really important to make the best out of it, no matter what's going on. I mean, I would rather be somewhere else right now, I can tell you that, than be here in Alberta with these winters. Like today, thankfully, it's nice out, but oh my God, I'd give anything to get away for the winter. But I'm also going to pull you another card here, Paula, as I heard two cards for you. I think Lizzie has left because I don't see her making any more comments. It's really dead in here today. I was a little concerned of doing it today because of the holidays and stuff, but you know what? Whoever's meant to be here is I'm supposed to talk to and supposed to be with them. So let's pull a deck, or I mean a card here for Paula. What's the message for Paula? What is the message? Where is Paula and her partner going to be living? And oh my God, Paula, this also has that green kind of turquoise energy feel. It's not turquoise, but look at that. How interesting. Okay, so what is the message to Paula? Where are her and her partner going to be living next winter? What is the message? Change your focus. How interesting is this? Change your focus. So, absolutely. So, whenever we have to change our focus, this is time where we have to follow our passion, where we have to follow what feels right for us. Go towards the direction that you connect with. Sometimes we have to change things up. And this is why right now we're being shown what's not working. So we have to really pay attention to where this is. There's green and blue in this as well. Like, oh my gosh, the blue and the green again. Like, you know, and very spiritual too. So I hope that giving you some insights. So I'm going to wrap this video up because it's there's like nobody really in here today. It's Christmas. People are shopping or being festive. So I'll be going live again next month. And I will be announcing another date, of course. But what I want you guys to do is really focus on what you're grateful for. Really take this time during this holiday season right now and look at what are you grateful for? Like, what are you truly, truly grateful for? Get on your vision boards, subscribe to my channel here. Follow me on, Instagram, Jeni Ji Cousins. Sign up for my group. It's free on Facebook, Higher Vibes with Jeni Ji Cousins. And I just want to thank whoever was here today, to have a really amazing, beautiful Christmas, with your loved ones, family, partner, your animals. And for those of you who are alone, just try to do something that brings you joy and happiness, no matter what it is. Like it can be the smallest things. I've got something coming myself first week of February that I'm really excited about. For those of you who know what's happening, I'm very excited. So thanks again, everyone, for tuning in and watching. And again, you know, happy holidays. Don't ever take life for granted. And if you do want to book a clairvoyant psychic reading with me, sometimes all we need are confirmations that we're on the right path. Go to soulworkwithjenny.com. And thanks again to Mac and my team for putting my videos out for me. I wouldn't be able to do those types of editing and technical issues like they do. So once again, thank you, everyone. And I will let you all know in my Cosmic Vibe series and, announcements when I'll be going live again. So happy New Year, and make sure that you guys tune in for the next Cosmic Vibes video. Make sure you watch the predictions video. 2026, you're going to be blown away with what is coming in for you. So happy holidays, everyone.